Hello and welcome back to Ravenstorm Studios, and today I will be reading The Name Giver by Haberdasher. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrect. Again on Archive of Our Own, and this is a fanfic for Elsewhere University. Again, I really love Elsewhere University because it's a really cool setting that it's in, and it has a very loose canon, so a lot of the stories in there are more so original, are like 90% original work, which is a very interesting thing for them to be. I'm also, this one is a little bit shorter than the others I've done, and I'm wondering if I should start small by fiction bites or something. I don't know what to call it, but a series of smaller fiction stories and a section of smaller fan fiction readings. Um, and so, yeah, tell me down in the comments if you like that. I'll put a card up in the top that will say the details of the first episode in the other fan fiction I read for this fandom. And without further ado, let's get into it. You ask for luck to be on your side more often than not. The price for this, the woman with the face of a bird tells you, is a name. She doesn't say the name has to be yours. So you spit out the name of your ex-boyfriend, the man who broke your heart a year ago, who as far as you knew was pursuing an engineering degree somewhere on the other end of the country. She senses your trick, you think, though it's hard to be certain. But she takes the name all the same, and the deal is made. You ace your multiple choice midterm the next day, and your appetite for deals is whetted. The woman with the face of the bird has many things to offer, but she ever demands from you is a name. And so you give her away the names of various acquaintances, one by one, never family, even if you wanted to risk them coming to harm, and you don't. The odds of their name being traced back to yours would be too great. And never close friends, the ones who stayed in touch with you as you all went your separate ways, who cheer you on even though they don't know the half of what you're going through. But people you barely know, people living far from elsewhere, with no reason to come any closer, people whose names you struggle to remember as you're conjuring them up. They're fair game, you figure. A name without a person to go with it can't do much of anything, after all. After your fourth deal, the woman with the face of a bird stops calling you by your safe name and starts to call you Name Giver instead. You're not sure how to feel about that, but you roll with it just the same. It's not something you're proud of, exactly, but it does fit. You never bargain for anything too big, anything that would raise eyebrows outside of Elsewhere's grounds. But little by little you enrich yourself, and the only price you pay is a series of names taken from faraway places and faraway times. It was too good to be true, perhaps, but you didn't second guess it, knowing that you would be far from the first to come out ahead after a series of deals with the fair folk. But then the day comes when your old friend from middle school, Caitlin, contacts you on Facebook and asks if she can meet up with you at Elsewhere, since she'll be nearby anyway. You call her up and start to explain the rules to her, and halfway through telling her that everyone has to go by a nickname on campus, you remember that Caitlin Rose was one of the names you offered up to the woman with the face of a bird. You don't even remember what you got for this particular name, as the deals have started to blur together in your mind. Whiter teeth, maybe? You could have used a tooth whitener for that, you belatedly realize. You could have used a tooth whitener instead of struck with a deal with the Fae. You try to dissuade Caitlin from visiting you, but she insists it has to happen, since she'll be in the neighborhood anyhow, and you'll be so close by. You're not entirely sure what neighborhood she's even referring to, as Elsewhere is surrounded primarily by vast fields on all sides. You wait to greet her as she arrives on campus, as she leaves her car and sets foot on Elsewhere's grounds for the first time. And you see the woman with the face of a bird watching you from afar. Caitlin Rose never leaves Elsewhere, and you know exactly why. Ooh, that was pretty quick. Well, thank you for listening anyway, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.